Kalamazoo. 75-year-old Burmese guy that worked in Kalamazoo with me. Vicksburg was where the plant was. I lived in Kalamazoo. He's the one that I was getting tired of signing his birthday card. And it was a job I was on for a while. Took some time. Albert, he was from Burma. He and his wife Rosa, they refused to call it Myanmar. They'd gotten out of there. They did not call it Myanmar. They said Burma. And his wife, I don't know, she'd act like she knew what you were saying, and she'd say, yes! And you'd walk away and you'd come back and go, what the fuck are you doing? She'd, yes! It's like watching One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. You don't know if she understands the fucking thing you're saying or not. But Albert, he told me in secret one night, he says, yes, where my daughter moved here before we come over. She says, we were going to Kalamazoo. And he said, oh. I said, I didn't bother saying why. I knew he was going to tell me, but it's piqued my curiosity, you know. And he says, that in Burmese, in Burma, means a lady of the night. And I said, here at Kalamazoo, the Bible Belt is named after a Burmese whore. It made perfect sense why there were so many churches there. They're all whores. It doesn't matter where you were born. The whores of Rome are just as dirty and deceptive and scheming as the whores of Babylon. So yeah, I once signed his birthday card. I said, why don't you die already? There was a woman that would come around and say, gotta sign Albert's birthday card, he's special. He was special. He was one of the people in the establishment we had that was quietly a sociologist. He said he was a sociologist. He gave a big long speech about it at his retirement. It's like, geez. But yeah, here he is. I signed his birthday card and said, why don't you just die already? And I wrote my name. And he came out to me in the morning because we were working nights on the job we were at. We were there overnight. And he come out and he's like, you cursed me. You cursed me. After he read his birthday card, you don't put a birthday card in my fucking hands. Why don't you just die already? You cursed me. Oh, Albert. I didn't curse you. I think it was your parents that cursed you when they fucked and didn't care what came of it. That's your curse. How many of us suffer this? Not me. My mother knew I was going to be something great. So, in this place in Vicksburg, while I was living in Kalamazoo, I'd come through on the way home, and there was an old cemetery there, and the sun would be coming up, and I'd stop there sometimes, and I walked around in that damn cemetery, old cemetery, and I'd read, because I grew up next to a cemetery, and I've always lived next to a cemetery. This is as far away as I've ever been from one. It's not across the road, it's down the road. 2 directions. There's a cemetery on each side of me. And I walked through there, and I looked at people that died in like 1789, their birth and death dates, and I looked and I said, holy crap, there's a guy that was about 40 years old, like say he was born in 1736, he was about 40, which was about my age, at the time of the United States revolution, the revolution of whatever England called us. I don't know what they called us. Did we ever talk about that? Gonna have to figure it out, because if things go the way these other people want it to go, to where it all just falls apart, we're not going to space, we're going backwards to the Stone Age. The next place we go will be whatever fucking England called us in the last time, when the kings and queens were around telling us what to do. Right now, we've been in a position for a while. We can tell kings and queens what to do. We just have to be diplomatic about it. But we had a sense of what it is to step out from under somebody, and we don't want to put our mind under the shadow of their footsteps anymore. But there are graves of people that were there about 40 years old at the time of the Revolution, 1776. And I look at those and I think, geez, that's a full-grown adult. That's not somebody being conscripted right now and being forced to join the military and fight. It's not like they just came out of what do you call it, Little House on the Prairie schoolhouse, and they sent them right to war. These are people that have been living in this environment for years, and they're 40, they're adults, they've got minds of their own, they see this happening, and I thought I would like to see what somebody would say about that was a full-grown adult that had lived a life at the time when that all happened. Would they be saying, what the fuck is the matter with you? Things are okay? Or they don't see me, so it's okay? And as I stood in the cemetery looking at these things with the sun coming up, just dawn, from dusk till dawn, from dawn till dusk, whatever it is. Here we are at dusk, and I think all you really have to do, all I have to do to know what these full-grown adult citizens were thinking is to watch the news. And you see a 42-year-old man right now, when we are actually on the verge of what could be something weird if people just don't let it go back under the veil. These are not the droids you're looking for. You don't want to see this. Keep your mind quiet. Remember, you have a wave runner. You golf on Tuesdays. You have a Harley Davidson motorcycle with a trailer that you can pull behind your truck so you don't have to feel uncomfortable riding it for 50 miles to get to where you're going, so where you can ride around in a town and act like you're somebody. We see what a 42-year-old man thinks and feels in the time of this one side of it, and it turns out there are just about only two, and this is where they can cause brothers to turn on brothers. It's so sad, because we're also inviting to have them back. We don't have to fucking kill each other over a disagreement on a lie. A 42-year-old man here at the time of the revolution, going into an FBI place with an AR and a fucking nail gun. You want to know what some of these people, that guy that I was looking down on the ground thinking you might be somebody that knows what's going on, how did you feel about it? Oh, well, he lived beyond that date. This guy, we already know what he felt about it. He got himself killed in public on the road like a dog with a fucking nail gun.